You're not stupid. You know exactly what you need to do, fatty. You know what the daily actions are to get you from point A to point B. Point A being the current physique you're at and you're unhappy with it. Point B, dream physique that you're after. You know what you need to do. You must exercise, clean up your diet, handle the essentials, and do that over a long period of time to see the results. It's a simple equation. Everyone knows what they need to do. They have a grasp of the information. It's not an information problem. We all have the piece of information. We know what we're supposed to be doing to achieve a certain result. We know. If everyone knows what they need to do, why is so many people unhappy with their body? Why? Why is it that everybody at the start of the year, they start their new fitness journey and then they quit within that same fucking year, in a couple weeks, in a couple months? Why is it that you've gone back and forth, switching from your old version to the new version, to back to the old version, back to the new version, again and again and again? Why do you always resort back to your old habits? Why do you live a clean lifestyle for a couple weeks, maybe even a month, and then that's it? It all comes crumbling down. Why is that? Why is it? It's not the information, because you had the information and you were going steady for a couple of weeks or in a couple of months. Why didn't you continue? You stopped with the daily actions because of your emotions. You let your emotions get a better of you. This is what every human has to go through. Every human that quits just relies on their emotion. I don't feel like going to the gym today, so you know what? In my mind, I'm going to make up a shit rationale for skipping the gym today, and then that's it. Before you know it, a week's gone by without any exercise, a month's gone by, and you've completely forgotten about your goal of achieving a dream physique or the lifestyle shift. You've completely scrapped it in the bin. I don't feel like eating clean today, so you know what? Let me have a cheat meal today so I feel more motivated. And tomorrow, it is a Monday as well, so let's start fresh tomorrow. That cheat meal turns into weeks of binging, and you forget about your diet. In the bin it goes again. I don't feel like doing this task. I don't feel. How are you going to make any significant progress if you just rely on your emotions all the time? Every single regret I have in life is because I've just relied on my emotion. I've delayed action because I let my emotions and my brain get the better of me. I let my brain convince me to delay action, to leave it till tomorrow. I did that again and again and again and again, and I'm still regretting it to this day. You've probably been acting on emotion for a long time. And loads of humans, we do this. We have one bad day and that's it. It spirals into bad weeks. And then that spirals into bad months, then bad years, and then you turn around and you're confused about how you ended up in the shitty situation you're in. You must act despite how you feel. Doing things when you feel like them, it's amazing. You just don't need the motivation, you don't need the discipline, you just feel like doing it. Amazing. But the real hard is when you don't feel like doing the things, and that's going to be a majority of the time. That's when you just have to sit there and force your own brain to align with the person you want to become. So you sit there and just force yourself to do the work. Force yourself to sit down at the desk. Drag yourself into the gym. Force your hand back away from the food. Because you know that is the only way. You're going to have to resist these temptations. You're going to have to act when you don't feel like it. You're going to have to keep pushing. Because your brain will always push you to delay things. It will always tell you to just wait. Wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. Wait for the future version of you to come along and save the day. And that future version, let's be honest, he never arrives. He never does. Your brain's lied to you this whole time. Our brain is always lying to us. Our brain knows us better than anyone on the entire planet. Our brain knows us inside out. It knows your insecurities. It knows where you lack. It knows your desires. It knows how to convince you to do anything. It's been convincing you to delay action for years. Your brain knows you. Even when you look in the mirror and make promises to yourself, yeah, I'm going to change. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I have to do this. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to go out and do this thing. But then your brain convinces you to delay action again. When you wake up, you hit that snooze button and you wait again. You say, oh, it's all right. I'll try again tomorrow. It's a Monday tomorrow. It's a new week tomorrow. Let me try again tomorrow. You have to act despite the resistance. You have to act despite the resistance. This is something I'm practicing myself, and it's very difficult. It is very difficult, but that's part of it. That is hard. But guess what's also hard? Living a life of comfort and short-lived pleasures. Chasing these short-lived pleasures and feeling fulfillment for 5 minutes, and then what happens after that? You feel the same negative emotions you have on continuous loop again and again and again. You know where these short-lived pleasures will take you. You know exactly where they take you. So how about this instead? You lean into the resistance and act despite it. And with something like losing weight, you need to become a person who just sees things as simple equations. Go off logic. Don't go off emotion. With losing weight, it's as simple as this, all right? I must exercise. Just see it as a math equation. Exercise, diet, sleep, and all the other essentials, plus time, will equal the physique I want. Be logical and see it as that. The people who are logical and don't rely on emotion to keep them going are the ones who achieve the success. Because they just act like robots. They see everything as a maths equation. They just see, okay, this will add to this will add to that, and then that will equal that. They turn their brain off. As soon as they've got the equation in front of them, they'll turn their brain off and say, okay, perfect. I'm now going to act like a robot and I'm going to follow this success equation because I know I've seen it so many times. This equation works. It's worked for this person. It's worked for that person. That's all the information I need. They don't try and add new calculations to the equation. They just see the equation for what it is, the success equation. They've seen people use that same equation in the past to get the desired result. They won't add any bullshit on top of it and confuse themselves and stay up in their mind. They'll see it for what it is and then just act like a robot. Turn their brain off completely and, okay, I have to do this today and I have to do that and I have to do this and I have to do that. If I want to get the result at the end. Perfect. They're happy with that. That's what we need to be like. That is how we need to start acting. Because relying on emotion is stupid. How many times do you ever feel like doing something that is productive or going to propel you forwards? Never. And I don't care who the fuck it is online. Nobody ever feels like it 24/7. Let's be honest. Majority of the times you won't feel like it. And that's fine. That's normal. We need to be okay and just accept that and still act despite that feeling. So if you've been delaying some action, if you've been delaying starting your fitness journey, if you've been delaying anything, just fuck it. Just grab your balls, all right, and just go for it anyway. Just take the action today. Don't sit and wait for this superhero version to arrive because he's never going to. And I wish I could go back in time and change some things, do things differently, lean into the resistance instead of just opting for comfort all the time. I wish I could go back and do that, but guess what? We can't. I can't go back in time. So now I've got this realization, I have to use it, and we need to use it to see results. We have to. Acting regardless of emotion.